Hello students, today we are going to start a new poem number 4.1. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. This is SSC 10th standard poem. So this poem, A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever, is written by John Keats. John Keats was born in 1795 and died in 1821. He died in a very young age of just 25 years. He was a very famous poet. His poems are characterized by imaginary from nature that appeals to one's sense. The present poem, A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever, is the first stanza of a longer poem, Endymion, based on a Greek mythology. The first line has proved to become a proverb. The poem was first published in 1818. It is about a shepherd named Endymion and his love for the moon goddess. However, in this poem, he falls in love with an earthly maiden who later turns out to be a Cynthia herself. So, we will see the poem explanation stanza wise. First stanza. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep a bower quiet for us and asleep. So, in this first stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that the poet is trying to tell us that the real beautiful things gives joy forever. The real beautiful things which are present in the nature, they gives a joy forever. Here loneliness means beauty, pass into means not nothingness, pass into nothingness means not fade, pass into nothingness meaning is not fade. So in this stanza the poet is telling that the beautiful things gives us joy forever. Its beauty of goodness increases time by time, day by day. It is never ending, it is not going to fade or not going to end. Poet views about the beautiful that is never lost its beauty with the passing time. Instead of it becomes more and more beautiful. Here the poet gives an example of shady trees. He thinks that it is a thing of beauty. The shady things are compared to a thing of beauty because we all like to sleep under the tree. It gives us shade and we feel very peaceful and we enjoy sleeping under the tree. It gives us fresh air and keeps us healthy. That means a beautiful thing is always beneficial for us. So, from this first stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that beautiful things always give us joy. Therefore, on every morrow are we breathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence of the inhuman dread of noble nature of the gloomy days. Of all the unhealthy and overdarkened ways made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away to the pale. So, in this stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that flowery band means garland, bunch of flowers. Bind means fasten. Weathering here means surrounded by. And morrow means tomorrow. So, the things of beauty is really very important to us. Every day we can collect the flowers like beautiful things from the nature. We can make a band of it which can give us a joy. There are many beautiful things in the nature that gives us joy. So the poet is telling that the flowers which we get from nature, we can prepare a garland from it. We can prepare a bouquet from it which will make us happy. By seeing flowers, we all become happy. In spite of the depression in our life, there is much depression in our life, there is much sorrow in our life, but in spite of that depression and sorrow in our life, these small small things given in the nature can make us happy. Shortage of good people in this cruel world, there is a shortage of good people in this cruel world, and there are more sad moments of days come in our life. But what we have to choose something that will make us feel happy and make our life good. So the poet is trying to say that be happy, make your life good. Now here the meaning of pal means a dark cloud. Moves away means removes. So poet is telling, so there the poet wants to say that without beauty the earth will be full of depressed and cruel people, sad and gloomy moments, and in spite of all these bad things, it is the beauty which is created by the God which help us to remove the gloom from our sad hearts. So in spite there is a the sadness, much worriness in our life, this all can be removed from our life only with the beautiful things which we get from the nature. So the poet is telling us that we can forget all our sorrows by this beautiful nature. The God has given us such a beautiful nature, spend the time with that so that we can forget all the worries, all the sorrows in our life. Now we will see the next para, what the poet is trying to tell us. From our dark spirits, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. And such are daffodils with the green world they live in and clear reels that for themselves a cooling covert make. Against the hot season, the mid forest break. So, from this stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that here the poet is telling us about the beautiful things such as the sun, moon, young and old trees that gives gift of shade to simple sheep, means everyone. We are getting shade from these old and young trees which are surrounding us. More things like daffodils. Daffodils are making the forest more beautiful. Daffodils, the flowers, they are making the forest more beautiful, and clear small streams make cool shelter around the streams in the hot season. And there is a stream in the forest which is having such a cool climate near it, and it is making such a hot season as a cool shelter around it. Now we will see for the fourth para means against the hot season the mid forest break, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is a grandeur of dooms. We have imagined for the mighty deed all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heavens brink. So, from this stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that the beautiful things present on our earth, such as the thicket of the beautiful musk rose which spread such a nice fragrance in the middle of the forest. Grandeur meaning impressiveness. Your dooms means death, and mighty means powerful. So he is trying to tell us that in our life, birth and success is a beautiful thing. What we the people think that in our life only success and birth. These are the both beautiful things. But in this poem, the poet is telling us that death is also a beautiful thing. Here, the poet describes the tales of the mighty warriors who have lost their lives for a country or humanity. The warriors who have lost their lives, the freedom fighters, the people who are struggling on the borders day and night to save our lives. They are the warriors, so their death is also beautiful. Mighty means powerful. Their death is also beautiful and powerful. In this poem, the poet is trying to tell us about the death of the warriors, their humanity for our country, their struggle. They fought for us. They have a powerful death. He says that these beautiful things are gift given to us by God. In fifth stanza, nor do we merely feel these essence for one short hour, no, even as the trees that whisper round a temple become soon dear as the temple's self, so does the moon. So, in this stanza, the poet is trying to tell us we are so busy in our daily life or in our selfish life that we do not feel or recognize the loveliness of these beautiful things for an hour. We are not at all bothered what is around us. We are not admiring the nature at all. We are busy in our selfish life, the poet is telling us. Here, the poet imagines about the tree which is near the temple, and it becomes dear for us like the temple. So, there is here the poet has described a tree which is near the temple, and when we go in temple, we also start worshipping this tree as it is near the temple. So, he is telling that remove some time from this busy life, your selfish life, and admire the nature. So wonderful gift the God has given us, the nature. Last para. The passion posse glories infinite, hunt us till they become a cherry light unto our souls and born to us so fast that whether they be shine or glooms overcast, they always must be with us or we die. So, from this last stanza, the poet is trying to tell us that passion for means this is an enthusiastic poem from which we are getting an enthusiasm. Glories means honor, haunt means fly around, cherry means making happy, bond, tide. The poet says that the passionate poetry is also a beautiful thing. The beautiful thing have limitless honor, means glory. The beautiful things, they have a limitness, no time limit is there in beautiful things. They stay around us till they make our soul or us so happy. They are endless. The beautiful things remain always with us, whether they could be happiness or sadness. They always must be with us till our death. The poet is telling us the beautiful things in this nature are with us in our sadness also and happiness also, and they are with us till our death. So the poet is trying to give us a small message from this poem that we should spend more time with these natural beautiful things which the God has given us, and which gives us a joy forever. Thank you.